It's time for the practice challenge. The practice challenge is now starting. If you're here for the practice challenge, day 2, say hello. Hello. If you're here for the practice challenge, you're in the right spot. If you're here for the practice challenge, say hello. Hello. Welcome to the practice challenge. Hello. You're here. Welcome to the practice challenge. Alright. Good to see you. Good to see you. As more people come in, we'll just get started. So what are you practicing today, Toyota Supra? I think I'm gonna work on this song. Let's see, what song did I pick out? Yeah, okay, Take the A Train by Duke Ellington. I'm gonna work on that one, and maybe whenever we're done with our 15-minute practice session, I will kind of jam off this, hopefully. But yeah, what are you working on today? If you want, you can mute your volume while you're practicing. That way, if I'm talking, that doesn't distract you or anything. And then if you have some questions, just feel free to put it in the chat and unmute and listen to my answer. Okay, very good. Switching from chords to chords. Which chords are you working on, if you don't mind telling me, and I maybe can give you a little bit of tips, and then you can get started with your practice. Okay, very nice. If anyone else is here for the practice challenge, what you should do is let me know what you're practicing, let me know what you're working on, and I can give you some tips. You can just shut off your volume if you want and start practicing, and if you have a question, you can type it in the chat, and that way you can get my helpful teaching feedback that I can give. Okay, G, A minor, C, D. Oh, Papua New Guinea. You have good coffee over there, I think. I think I've tried some before. Alright, G, A minor, C, D. Welcome, welcome. So, cool, let's see. So G, you can play your G this way, or you can play your G this way. This G sets up really nicely if you use your second, third, and fourth fingers here, because that way your first finger can easily switch to the A minor like that. Learn starting with the E major to the G to the D. Okay, very nice, very nice. Glad to see you. Thanks for stopping by too. Okay, let me give a little bit more. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. All right, so if you go G to the A minor, maybe practice with these fingers. If you're doing it here, then you don't really have any fingers in common. But if you practice that technique that I showed you, that will really help. But maybe whatever feels comfortable. Try with the 2, 3, 4, and that way it's a little bit easier having your finger there. If you really don't want to do that, then just practice that. But do that for now. Then when you go A minor to C, you actually don't have to pick up. You only have to pick up this one finger, so you can pivot from there to there. Okay, I'll let you get to practicing, so work on that. E major to the G to the D. Yeah, so that's not bad. If you go E major and then, I mean, E major to G can be kind of tricky if you're doing it with your second, third, fourth. then you can just leave your second finger, and that's a nice pivot right there. But yeah, how did you do it? I'd like to know. You've been playing guitar for 2 years and you want to learn to solo, but always forgot the patterns. Okay, yeah. All right. Soloing, what you should do is really focus on just the rhythm. Make it really simple first. But you probably learned something like this pentatonic scale. Probably something like that, right? Well, okay, what I would do is just work on, maybe you can just start with one string, this string up here. You can really do some cool stuff with just two notes or even one note. So maybe practice a little rhythm like that. And then you could work on the second string. And then you can put those two strings together. But really the important thing to remember with soloing is you don't need to play a lot of notes. Really just playing right in the groove and the rhythm. Try to like really listen to the backing track that you're playing with, or if you're practicing with a metronome, just practice really getting right on the click. But I like to start with slow notes. You know, right on the beat. If you can really make those groove, then you can start speeding up. And you can start changing up the rhythm a little bit. But yeah, that's what I would say. Keep it really simple. Just find one or two notes that fit into whatever you're playing over. You know, you can find that information online. So like, let's say the chord's a G major chord. Just say which notes you know, fit over G major. Yes, my new friend over there, I do remember you. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? The way you play the G with your middle finger on the E string. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so if I was doing this E major to G, I would definitely be playing with my third, second, and fourth finger, just like that. And then when you switch to D, well, you have to move all your fingers, but you could even keep your fourth finger down here like this and kind of use it as some like plant to kind of keep your fingers going. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions? If not, you know, like what we're doing here, we're just practicing. Oh, Jesse Allen, you're back. You made it back from soccer practice. Very good. All right, so if anybody has any questions about practice, just let me know. We're here for another, 7 minutes practicing. This time every day at 8 o'clock for today and the next 8 more days. We're going to meet and practice, and I'll give you some tips if you have any questions about practice, and then you can just get to practicing. Does anybody that is not practicing yet know what this is? A guitar, very good. Yeah, but what am I playing on guitar? You're confused with the E minor. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So the E minor chord, is that what you're asking about? So this is the E minor. It's just these, you just use these 2 fingers right here. So you can use either your first finger or your second finger, and you put it on the 2nd frets of the 5th string and the 4th string. you play all the strings just like this. I usually like to play it with my second and third finger right here, because I don't know, I guess I do. I think it's maybe easier to switch to other chords this way, but you could also play it like this as well, and you can do a nice pivot from E minor to G. E minor to G are very common, so if you like to play your G this way, I would say play your E minor this way, but if you like to play your G this way, I would say play your E minor this way. If you have any more specific questions about that E minor chord, I'd love to help you. Let's see, you don't know why, but I think my tuner's broke. Okay, well, if you think your tuner's broke, then, I mean, you can use your phone to download a tuner if you can do that, if you have a phone that, you know, can download apps. There's a lot of great free tuners out there. Yeah, you definitely want to play in tune. That's important. The other thing you can do is learn to tune by ear. If you could probably look up on YouTube like guitar tuning track, and it'll play the notes, and then you just tune your guitar to that. That's really good. That's you know, like 30, no, maybe not 30, but a while ago in like the 70s and 80s, I don't know if they really had electronic tuners back then, or at least at some point they didn't have electronic tuners. They just had like a little metal tuning fork that they'd hit, or they'd tune to the piano, or they'd tune to something, but they didn't have an electronic tuner. So you have a built-in tuner, very nice. Okay, so just make sure you have batteries, a 9-volt battery in your guitar, and then you should be good to go there. Okay, what are my thoughts on bass players? I think bass players are cool. I don't know, what, they're just like guitar players. You want to play bass? Bass, you know, the bass is really important for a lot of types of music, you know, any of the popular types of music. Okay, Jesse Allen, I'll see you later. Very good. If you tune by sound, you know, when I learn music, when I learn songs, if I don't have the sheet music, or depending on where the sheet music is coming from, okay, Jake Tyler, I'll tell you my thoughts on bass. But anyway, what I was going to say is I like to learn by ear if I can, especially like if I'm listening to a rock song. If you see the tab, sometimes the tabs aren't exactly correct, or sometimes there's these little nuances that you can't really put into a tab, but if you listen and try to pick it out, you can learn it. It's slow, it's difficult, but it's definitely possible. Okay, you've been playing bass for 19 years. You get a lot of crap. That sucks. I mean, what can you say? I mean, this is the thing. All instruments are equally important. They're all good. They're all just as difficult to play and to play really well. So, well, I should say they're all equally difficult to play really well. It's much easier to just push a key on a piano, you know, than it is maybe to push a fret down on the guitar, but that doesn't mean that it's easier to get good at piano. It's definitely not. It's just as hard to do it every single instrument. But yeah, bass is awesome. I love bass. I try to play bass on my guitar sometimes, and I really need to get a bass. I want a bass. Okay, absolutely. Fender Metrophone. Is that a type of guitar? I don't know that one. But awesome. You're an intermediate guitarist. Very good. What are you working on right now? Do I like Led Zeppelin? Of course. Led Zeppelin is a great band. I definitely like listening to them. Okay, yeah, your room is just echoing. You know, I made a short with this song. Forgot it already, but I learned that one by ear. You know, I didn't look up a tab or anything. I just listened to the song and I figured out what they were playing. Yeah, that's the way to do it. If I could go back and start over learning guitar, I would definitely be learning way more by ear. I relied on tabs when when I was first starting, because I didn't know what I was supposed to do. There wasn't a lot of information, and I just thought tabs were it. But when I started going to like school for music, I realized how important it was to use your ear and also to read real music. That's pretty important too. But F major 7, yeah? This is an F major 7 chord. It's a strange chord for sure. You're right. All right. Hello, your absolution TD. The forbidden song. Okay, well, our practice time, is pretty much over, but I can keep answering some questions if you want to hang around, and I can jam a little bit. Okay, I'm streaming every day at 8. I don't know, I may be streaming throughout the day some other times too. But if your high E is reading D, it means that it's too low. You need to raise it. You need to raise it higher. And the way you do that, you got to be careful. Assuming that your guitar was strung correctly, if it's an acoustic guitar and your high E is too low, what you need to do is turn it. If I'm looking at it, you're turning it clockwise, but turn it just a little at a time and really listen to the sound, and then check your tuner and make sure that it's going D, D sharp, E, or D, E flat, E, and that way, make sure it's going up. If it's going down, or if you're trying to go lower but the pitch is going up, that means you're turning it the wrong way. So just go slow, because you don't want to pop a string. Okay, what's your most difficult song? The heart is in the way. I can't see that. It says for song to play so far. The most difficult song? That's any song that I haven't learned yet. I don't know. That's a tough question. There's a lot of songs out there. I started by playing classical guitar. Well, I didn't start by playing classical guitar. I started by playing like rock guitar, but when I went to college and got really serious about guitar, I was playing classical guitar, and there's a lot of very difficult classical guitar songs. As far as rock, I don't know. You know which ones are difficult, but for me, I'm not sure what I would say right now. Under the Bridge, yeah. I've known it before, but I would have to really look it up. I don't know it off the top of my head. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. You don't have to buy a new one. Alright, yeah, I don't know Under the Bridge, but Jesse, it's good to see you. I thought you're leaving. You keep leaving and coming back? Do you have more soccer practice? If you guys have any practice questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. Thank you, TGB Realtor. I appreciate it. You play football. Very nice. Football is more difficult than playing guitar because you have people hitting you. What teams do you like in football, by the way? You're good. Very nice. I figured you were. Detroit. Very nice. You a Jared Goff fan, TGB Realtor? We got a Detroit Lioner here. He plays for Detroit. No, I'm a one-man band. Yeah, I like Green Day. I grew up learning or listening to Green Day and learning those songs. I don't really remember them, how to play them very much. I remember okay, good beginner guitar songs I should try to practice. Yeah, let's see. So I would say anything, let me just be a little general real quick. So anything that has like 3 chords, 3 or 4, maybe 4 chords, that would be really good. So actually, like maybe one of these Green Day songs that they're talking about that all right, let's see, I don't know. It depends on what you like, but let's just say anything with a G major, C, D, E minor, because those are the chords you're working on, which I think you can find a lot of those. Let's see, what songs do we have here that fit into that category? Let me look it up real quick. Anybody have some good 4-chord G, C, D, E minor songs that they can think of? You know, I don't typically play these very much, so I don't know them off the top of my head. But let's see. This says, let's see, key of G. Okay, I don't know if you like any of these, but Jason Mraz, I'm Yours. Probably not bad. Bob Marley, No Woman, No Cry. Let's see. But also, if you go to like guitar, Ultimate Guitar, there's a lot of songs, and there's something at the bottom. Oh, Imagine by the Beatles. John Lennon maybe wrote that one. Yeah. So if you go to guitar, Ultimate Guitar, and you see any song with like 4 chords, what you can do is transpose. It says it at the bottom. So let's say like it says A, D, E, then what you can do is transpose that down by 2, and then it'll show you G, C, D instead of A, D, E. But yeah, that's something you can do. I'll show you how to do that later, or you can look it up. Just say like, how do you transpose songs on guitar? TRANSPOSE, transpose. That's the word you need. I appreciate it, TGB Realtor, and I wish you very good luck for the Detroit Lions this year. 10% chance of winning. Detroit is a very solid football team. I really like that coach, and yeah, I think you guys have a good chance. By the way, anybody who was on the stream earlier, I actually put the bridge on. I glued it on. It's over here drying. If you want to win this Gibson C1 vintage classical guitar, all you have to do is subscribe and be 18 or older and in the US, and you have a chance of winning this. I'm giving it away on September 15th. I would grab it right now, but it's glued. It's being glued up and clamped up, so I'm not going to grab it because I don't want to disturb it. But tomorrow I should probably be putting strings on that thing, so I'll probably live stream that as well. Okay, good. Well, I wish you good luck on the Flames, the Junior Flames. What position do you play, by the way? Let's see. I miss you. Who's I miss you? Blink 182? I'm going to a gig. Okay, very nice. Good luck on your gig. Okay, tackle on defense. All right. That's got to be a tough job. Every play, you're really involved. Most emotional favorite song. My gosh. I'm really bad at answering these questions. You love drop D tuning. I don't know what my... I mean... Yeah, I understand your question. Okay, I'm gonna come up with some good answers for these. Check in next stream. I'll have to think about that one. My favorite run. You know, I don't really have favorites. I guess I need to have some favorites. Thanks for the encouragement, TGB. You know, I was learning a couple Metallica songs the other day because I was thinking about doing a video on them, but this one, nice, Frank Zappa. Trying to remember this one. I kind of forgot it. Sorry, but yeah, Frank Zappa. I need to play some Frank Zappa. That's good. Do you all know Frank Zappa? Okay, Andrianic. I appreciate it. We've come really full circle. I feel like we were enemies, you know, earlier on the stream because you came in, you know, criticizing me and yelling at me, telling me to get off the stream and stop streaming, but then we became friends. So, you know, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. You only play in all caps. Very nice. So this has like been a Q&A session today. Very nice. Tell your grandpa happy birthday from me. 85, that's a good age for sure. Okay, favorite run in drop D. You know, what I like to do in drop D is really like these low bass strings. And then you can just just kind of play. Or maybe you could play minor stuff too. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. So I didn't jam too much tonight, but I tried to answer questions. See you, Toyota. I appreciate you showing up. And where did I get my headphones? I bought these from somebody on Facebook Marketplace. They're pretty cool though. They're like these Telefunken, like retro kind of reissue headphones. I got a good deal on them. Yeah, I've been playing for 20, I don't know, like 22 years, 20 years, but like seriously more like 13 or 14 years. Yeah. And by the way, like my main instrument is classical guitar, but I am trying to do more with acoustic and electric. I need to get a new electric guitar because I gave my last one away to one of my subscribers last month. And now I'm giving away this Gibson classical, well, Gibson nylon string. It's more like folk style guitars were really important back then, really popular back in the 60s and 70s. So, yeah, green connector though. Okay, so this thing, these actually had like a long cable and the cable was not working, so I had to put in new wires here, and I thought, you know, this is just like easy access, so I can just take it out. So when I take it out, I can just store these anywhere, like, and then I can put that back in and use any cable for that. And actually I'm gonna resolder this because this one's a little, it's cutting in and out. So I'm going to do that on a live stream sometime soon. I'm going to show you how I'll take this apart and resolder the electronics there. You're getting bored, so I'm going back. Okay, well, I'm not getting bored, but I do actually have to go. But I'll be back here again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Make sure you're subscribed if you want a chance to win the guitar. That'll be given away on the 15th. And join me again tomorrow for some more tips for the practice challenge, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And just keep an eye out. I'll be going live again soon. It was good to see all of you. Have a good night.